All right, let's start off with a fourth action.
Yay!
Yeah. We're back at the tavern again. We had such a good time eating and talking last round table that we're doing the same thing.
Well, in the game, I believe you're back at a tavern again, too.
That's true. We are back at
Not
the
so much
tavern.
eating, more being eaten.
Let's see.
I breathed it pretty hard.
Golly. So, how's it going?
I think it's going bad.
You know, I was super excited whenever we got 3 episodes ago, when we got to the tunnel, when we got to the trap door, made it up, dropped the alcohol bomb, like the alcohol fireball. I thought, woo, we'll do a little bit of cleanup with like the 3 or 4 skeletons that have survived that, and be good. And then we'll go find out what's going on in the world. Maybe, go visit Quarters and Bits again. I was wrong.
So let's back up just a little bit. Well, where did all these undead come from? Plame has no idea. I mean, it's certainly nothing he did. He didn't unleash this horde of undead.
Yes. Remember that moment when Plame says, Plame goes over and opens the door, and Jeremy's like,
what's going to happen?
he's like, oh no.
Yep.
I do feel like we probably missed a clue. I feel like there's probably something there with those, the look on the DM's face.
Our party? Miss a clue?
With that,
Oh, that's high wisdom.
with, that packet of spells that was there and the amulet that was on the table. And I think, Jeremy, you were probably right. It's probably still active. We probably could have tried to talk to whoever she was talking to.
You've been cool. I mean,
I don't know why you guys are complaining. We're getting XP from this.
that's right.
Oh, and
As long as we stay alive, it's fine.
and staggered down his ring.
Yes. Mm-hmm. The universe, it's just amazing how it all works out, right? Like, last round table, how you mentioned something that happened, and then we had some technical difficulties.
Sure. In other words, Hal spilled the beans to her.
Yeah, about one of Stagram's flashbacks.
Yes.
And Stacy, that flashback was
That was Stagrim as a child during the Goblin Wars. Yeah, remembering when the city was slaughtered and his father held a last stand so that the survivors could escape.
literally the last time he saw his dad, right? Because his dad then sacrificed himself.
Yep.
Yeah. Amazing.
And I guess he just wanted to do the same thing.
It did feel like that, right? Because Stagrim himself was going to go out kind of like his dad, right?
Yeah.
So I can't say it now, right? Mm-hmm. So what last fourth action, I was saying was really interesting to me, the fact that you have Plame and Stagrim kind of, being a little bit chummy, but, the Hell Knights killed Plame's family and the goblins killed Stagrim's family. It's an interesting little it's a dichotomy, I realize. Plame, who is traumatized by Hell Knights, and then you have the Hell Knight who was traumatized by goblins.
Oh, that's very nice. Mm-hmm. Yeah, how that weaves together, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Basically, you'd almost think that there's just no such thing as the good guys in Pathfinder.
Yeah. And hopefully it puts some of Stagrim's other comments in the light. Like when you guys save all the goblins, it's like, when do we kill these?
Yeah.
Or what was it? He said something like that?
yeah,
Something about vermin.
yeah, the vermin, right?
I don't know. We're the good guys.
Inara is especially good.
Yeah.
In that moment, whenever, I think it's episode 37 or so, like, we're trying to get Stagrim to come on. And then Stagrim's like, no, I'm going to fight, And then Inara says, well, yeah, just let this guy stay down here and die,
Yeah.
And so you go over to him and you're like, you need to get out of here. And Stagrim, not to recant the whole episode, but then Stagrim says, no, they will come out of
Didn't
the
I
countryside.
intimidate him or something?
No, it would,
Was it just...
he's like, they're going to come out and scatter they'll kill everything. And Inara's like, you're telling me if they get loose, everybody's in danger? He's like, yes, you go. And then Inara just draws her sword and is like, okay, guys, we're doing a last.
We're doing a last stand right here.
It goes from getting him to leave to like, we're all staying.
Yeah. That's what she's gonna do.
That's actually what got him to leave. He's like, no, I can't sacrifice these idiots.
Yeah, exactly. But once again, like we see Inara has this compassion. There's something
Yeah.
like she was,
She's not going to let him do a last stand without her.
That's right.
and not just for Stagram, but
Yeah.
like you really felt Inara care about the people.
She cares.
I mean, if the people all die, who's going to fix your drinks?
That's my.
Barbarian with a heart of gold.
She is. She really does.
Yeah.
That there's some, I don't want to say there's goodness. Inara never comes across as like evil or bad, but she's not just like this
She's just.
wild, selfish person.
She's just like that kind-hearted drunk person that, you know.
But that's a good segue into one of the things that we wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
You mentioned good, evil, alignment, that Pathfinder no longer has alignments, right?
Yeah, the remastered did away with alignment.
That's just evil. Oh, wait, no, it's not. They got rid of that.
But one of our,
What did they replace it with, Brook?
well, yeah, one of our listeners, Tushio, who has made some comments on YouTube, Toushi, the 0U, so I'm probably totally not hip enough to be able to say that correctly.
No.
But he mentioned, of course, hey, they do have edicts and anathemas now. And he really, or Tushio, whomever you might be.
He or she.
Yep. They really like it even better. They say you can tailor exactly to, here's your thing that your character always believes, and then here's your thing that your character would never do. And it gives a lot
What they're
of,
drawn toward and what they're kind of
yeah,
and what they sort of fight against.
yeah, exactly.
I like that.
So are we going to switch to that mechanic? Because
It's a
I know that we
possibility, right?
currently just have like normal alignment.
Yeah, I don't know. Because, well, unfortunately, the Age of Ashes, I think, was made before that. So
It was before the remaster.
I think the remaster was just last year. The Age of Ashes was like 2020.
yeah.
I think it was their
2020, 2021.
I think it was their first.
it was the very first.
It's the first two adventure
It was yeah. So I don't know. Right now, I'm sticking with the old alignment.
I like it too.
Because that's what Age of Ashes was set up with. What we originally created most of the characters. I think all but one of the characters was created with. Wasn't it Plame? Were you created with an alignment?
I don't have them. I don't know.
Yep.
Oh, they're
Plame.
You know, and there have been some times where we, that sounds like Plame.
Yeah, good luck figuring it out.
There's
Chaotic Goblin.
there have been some times where we've kind of blended some different rules.
Yeah.
You know, so this could be one of those things where if chaotic good, I'm just assuming
Yeah.
for Inara, right? And then, but Plame has edicts and anathemas, like maybe bathing or whatever. Water.
Has he bathed yet?
I haven't seen it yet. I haven't seen it get into any water whatsoever.
Dogs and horses.
He tried to, but then Fawin started screaming and throwing stuff at him and telling him to get out.
I think her exact word for "this is my tub."
Excellent.
Nicely done.
Yep.
But
I have a couple comments on this.
Go.
Related. But now I've forgotten all of them. Well, okay, so the edicts and anathemas, this goes back to, this is actually, goes into writing, fiction writing. They talk about having certain things that the character, like what the character wants, what the character fears. Oh, and then there's usually, they add this third one, what they call the wound or the ghost, where it's sort of the character's big misconception about life, which might be something fun for our listeners to think about when you're creating characters for your next RPG. Like, what does he want? What is he trying to, what is he trying to get? What's he trying to avoid? And what's his big misconception? Maybe a particular noble who thinks that goblins and hobgoblins, are just inferior little critters.
Man, I wonder who he could be referencing that.
That's just off the top of my head.
Just an old-
no one in particular.
Like, for instance, like a half-elven witch type character.
If you were to randomly select a character,
Yeah, just
randomly generate.
And then thinking off the top of my head here, like,
Oh.
maybe have purple eyes and a pet cat.
Yeah, I think silver hair.
You mispronounced
Yeah.
that. You said witch.
Wow, nice.
Most of the letters right.
Witty.
Yeah.
Well, that brings up something really interesting that I've noticed about Inara a couple of times. And that is that Inara is undoubtedly brave and compassionate, but sometimes Inara like maybe struggles with some self-confidence or something, maybe, because there's a couple
What do you
of
mean?
there's a couple of times whenever, like Stagram said, something to the effect of, y'all would have totally died if I hadn't been here. This is correct. And Inara's like, well, yeah, them, not me. I would have been like totally fine, And then when all the skeletons are starting to come out and stuff, Inara's like, yeah, we've killed so many of them. It's boring now. We can just leave. We don't have to stay. Instead of like, oh my God, let's run.
Yeah. Well, one time she said, I don't know if we belong here. This right? Should we even be here? This is beyond us.
Well, to be fair, I mean, she hasn't really dungeon delved before, and it's not a typical day for her to just be cutting through skeletons.
And we're all new to the adventuring stuff. We were level 1, so we don't have a whole lot under our belt.
And you don't have to say, Emily, but is that just something that I'm kind of reading into and you don't necessarily have in mind? Or does Inara kind of have some false bravado sometimes? Or does she kind of cover oh yeah, I totally meant to do that. I just,
It's definitely not a cover or false at all.
Okay.
She really believes, a true bravado. She believes it. She thinks everyone else believes it. There's been nothing, she's not covering it up at all.
That's fantastic. Because that's what I was reading was oh, there's actually some real insecurity or something in there, and you're like, no, not at all.
Definitely not. I mean,
cool.
She's definitely not used to these kind of situations, but she's not scared of them.
Yeah.
So.
Does she have enough wisdom to be afraid?
No, but as
that may be it.
Yeah.
She doesn't have enough intelligence or wisdom to be
That and it's so
afraid of it.
But Plame, on the other hand, can be afraid.
not in the whole not knowing you have to be afraid kind of thing leans to it, how wisdom is gained over time and age.
Yes.
And so we're all young adventurers jumping into this place, this dangerous place together. And we're all like, what's the worst that could happen? Oh, skeletons with halberds.
Smart skeleton.
Yeah, crawling on the ceilings.
Flaming skeletal knights.
Blatantly opening doors hey, what's on the other side of this? Magic on the other side of this door.
Giant goblin-y lizards.
Who did that?
Yeah. Spell scrolls get ripped and summon all the evil in the world.
It couldn't have been Plame. He was on the other side of the room. When that door opened, he was not anywhere near it.
Yeah. This is definitely an Evil Dead moment for our characters.
It was. Emily mentions Game of Thrones and all the undead coming out.
Yeah, that's right.
Hodor.
Spoiler. Yeah. Hodor. I'm sure everyone's watched.
15-year spoiler.
Yeah. So
I think you're safe.
I think after 10 years,
Yeah, it's your fault. It's your fault if it's spoiled.
Yeah. Gosh, it's been 10 years. So Emily would have been, what, 6?
What?
No? There's no way.
she would have been 8.
8. Okay.
No.
She would have been, anyway.
When did Game of Thrones first come out?
I have no idea.
2010?
We're talking the movie version because that scene hasn't happened in the book, right?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
Correct.
I don't think we've seen them that far north in the book.
Well, I did not watch the show when I was 8.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
Just so you know, it'd be a little harsh. Man, it'd be a little rough.
Some bad parenting.
Something else that was a little rough, but also brilliant, was when Plame had some bleed damage.
Oh, yeah, that was brutal.
Ooh.
But you did such an incredible job. There was something that happened of a frightened effect.
Yes.
And then the bleed damage.
Yeah.
Your description, weaving the mechanics in, that was just genius.
So there's a hint to that, and there's some other consequences that are still ongoing that we haven't revealed yet. So
Go on. Consequences about. No, well, give us a hook point. What thing is a consequence that's still going on? It's.
but I will tell you.
What sparked the consequence?
I mean, it's hard to tell you without really telling you. If you remember right, he was running.
Oh, in his flashback. Yes, he was running away through the trees with his.
I think the only word there being he was running away. So we'll leave it at that. But yes, and there is, if you think about it hard enough, some of the listeners might be able to figure out one of the effects of that. But we can get into it at another episode.
Okay, very, very cool. I think you did just such a fantastic job of starting to you were frightened for a round, and then your description of how he shook that off, and then took bleed damage because of a critical failure, and you just wove that into the dialogue, the scene so well. It was really cool.
Rough. And it's like every round it got worse. I think you rolled a 1 damage, a 3 damage, and then a 6 damage.
I think we just need to take this party to like a group therapy. They all have like some serious issues, like PTSD, alcoholism. I don't know.
Like trust issues
Yeah.
for Boddy.
I'm fine. I don't know. They all followed me. I don't really know what.
Narcissism.
I don't know.
No, there's no narcissism and racism going on.
None at all. I mean, they need a leader, so.
So luckily we have Inara.
Wink.
Yeah.
Stacy, in the last episode, we thought it was over. It wasn't. Hordes and hordes of skeletons come back out. Skeletal horse guy. Oh my God.
Yeah.
You don't have to tell us, but did we just like save Stagrum so then you were gonna make sure he died? Like what? Like did you like give a second chance to kill him, or?
I got so close.
I get the feeling that, and this is what's great about playing Pathfinder or any game around your own table. I get the feeling that like he's in the storyline, maybe he's supposed to die.
Maybe.
But like, I just like what happens here when he doesn't,
The opportunities that open up.
Right. Do you have any?
Don't worry, there'll be plenty of opportunities for him to die.
Yeah.
I've only just started.
If the trend goes on pretty much every episode, there's a chance for
I'll point out, he's still dead. We haven't done anything.
That's true. He still has a dying condition. We haven't gone over to save him yet.
He's dying what?
2.
Okay. Just 2 more left.
He started dying, 2, because it was a critical hit. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He's stabilized.
If you're completely clueless and didn't listen to the outtakes for episode 37 with the undead coming down the hallway. Yeah. If you're completely clueless, then you don't know that Ben and Roadblock, Rudblock. So, come and tell us how it's supposed to be said. Yes, but he did a fantastic job with some undead sound effects. And
That poor skeleton's armor.
Yeah, blame the goblins.
I love the quarters and bits had such a catchy jingle. I hope they're still in business.
Yeah.
That's funny.
But we mentioned some artwork that's been done on the Discord.
Yep.
Ben, in addition to his voice submission, he's also did some Hero Forge minis.
Yep. Some good ones.
Really, really good ones.
What do you guys think of the Hero Forge minis for your characters? Do they fit? Do they not fit?
I haven't seen mine. I only saw the artwork.
Oh, well,
Stop.
silly rabbit.
I didn't see it in the
Doobity-doo,
Discord.
looking up the stuff. It's absolutely fantastic. The Demon did one for Stagrum. Stacy, you want to talk about the Stagrum?
The Stagrum one is pretty good. The only thing is the facial hair. Stagrum doesn't have facial hair.
I
Otherwise, it's really good.
would have seen him with facial hair too.
Yeah.
To be honest.
You know what's and who knows? Maybe he was like lurking or something like that.
I thought of his dad as having like a short kind of goatee like beard like that.
Yeah.
So
Maybe it just hasn't grown into
It's
it
in the
yet.
artist corner.
Yeah. It's in Artist Corner of the Discord, Red Dirt, patreon.com/reddirtdnd. You can join in and check that out. But Ben just did a fantastic job. Everybody, all of you guys, all of you patrons have just been so fantastic in your support. And also, just as a side note, I'm talking too much, but also just in a side note, all of the new listeners, you guys won't hear this until you get to episode 40, but all of the new listeners who have joined us in the first of the year, like rock stars, and everyone who has shared with us and shared the podcast with other folks, man, the growth that we've had here at the first of the year has been phenomenal, like absolutely amazing. Just thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, you guys are. I'm blown away by all the contributions that our Patreon members have made for that's inspired by the show. It kind of I still haven't reconciled in my brain that people are listening to the show and getting inspired to take time to do all this fun stuff, and
So we're just playing. We're just playing the game.
it makes me feel pretty awesome.
So, Brooke,
Yes, sir.
we did make one change
Oh, go on.
with the audio. We're barely in episodes. So if you're listening and you're not a patron and you don't realize, we've gone back and we have enhanced the audio of our all our previous episodes, really. I don't know. It was a little rough when we first started. We were figuring out how the mics work and different things. And so it really wasn't at a quality that we really wanted to put out. But luckily, we found a really good AI tool that does an amazing job, and it went back and we cleaned up all of those. So if you haven't listened to some of those early episodes, feel free to go back and listen to it again.
If you've been listening to us from the beginning, I would really encourage you go back and reload your podcast player so that it pulls what we call the enhanced version. It'll just replace the one you have now. Same exact content except for the sound quality. Oh my gosh, Hal, you have been a freaking wizard with that. It's just been amazing.
Yeah, it's not me, it's the tool, man.
Oh, it's just absolutely
Great
amazing.
tool.
It has really helped.
And I think Brooke had mentioned it in our Discord that going back and listening, you get to hear some of the subtle hints that our illustrious GM has dropped along the way that foreshadows. It's really, really amazing. So
Yeah, just
Yeah,
amazing.
like, don't go down that corridor.
It was a goblin. Why would we listen to goblin advice? Oh my God, we should have listened to goblin advice.
It just goes to tell you should listen to the context that the DM gives you when he describes a room or gives you a little bit of backstory. It's not just fluff. A lot of times there's really good information that can help you make decisions in the future, or just make you feel like an idiot when you don't heed the warnings that lace into the story. But it makes the experience more enjoyable.
And I will say that happens to me as we're here at the table, something happens. And then when I listen to the episode, I will hear something I didn't catch before.
Yes.
Right? Whether that's a joke about how Warble is like, oh, I just go to the bookstore to look at the covers.
Yes.
You know, because it just kind of went right by my ears, just right past my ears the first time. But then when I listened to it, I'm like, oh, he's making a goblin joke. Oh, she's a secret reader. You know? That we find out later. So, and then of course, my brain is drawing a blank, but other things that are important, quote unquote.
Oh, it's like backstory on the
Clues that are important.
on the Hell Knights and stuff. Like what? How?
So one of the things listening, because I had to listen to all of them again with the enhanced audio, as a QA quality assurance type thing. But one of the things I noticed, now I don't even know if Emily noticed it.
Was it something I did?
Sort of. So when we come across Boddy and the Borg, and we were trying to figure out what was going on with it, you did a check and you rolled a natural 20 on wargs, so you know everything about wargs.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And
I didn't even realize that.
which
That makes a lot more sense.
it does. And I was thinking, have we talked? I know Inara's father was in the gladiator pits, right? I wonder how many wargs they fought in the gladiators
That is a
as a
good
gladiator.
Yeah.
I haven't even thought about that, to be honest.
Or just as a side note, the fans, they want more Boddy and Inara. They want stuff from you guys, backstory wise. So
Oh, us?
yeah. They want to see okay, so we saw little Inara, but how did she become
Barbarian.
barbarian Inara, right? Yeah. And then of course Boddy, we know that he has kind of gone AWOL. And Stacy has dropped the fantastic clue that there are some hobgoblins out in the woods starting to cause trouble.
A couple of them showed up on a grave shell.
That's from the very chapter or episode 5 or whatever, right? 4.
Our first really scary.
It was episode 3. So Plame scouted around the outside.
Oh, right.
And he saw it but he avoided it.
Yeah, saw dead
It
body.
was the episode 3.
Yeah.
Episode 2 is the fire, I think.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, I was not even thinking about the warg thing. I'm not even thinking about it. It does bring up a point where they probably were in like the gladiatorial arenas and stuff. So I don't know.
Yep. That would be very cool.
I didn't even think about it.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Dice rolls spawning backstory.
I know.
It happens a lot.
Yeah.
And I love it when the universe tells a story, when the dice tell the story. It's so much fun.
Does that mean I can have Wargy as an animal companion? Without a feat or anything?
We'll talk about it at level 3.
Okay.
Don't talk about levels. Get me riled up.
Wow. Just a little bit of a spoiler. I can tell you guys what was at the top of the stairs to that last episode.
Oh, with the javelin.
Yeah.
Yes.
The last skill. Yeah.
I thought it was the next episode.
Yeah. No, it's level 3.
Oh, save it for the episode. Save it for the episode.
See what I mean? XP.
So what are we going to do with level 3? Do you think it sounds like not animal companion yet? What's that thing?
And I've been trying to figure out like what I can do.
Yeah.
And a lot of it has prerequisites that I don't have. So
Maybe you can pick up some of those prerequisites.
it's going to be like kind of, if that's something that I want to do, it's going to be like dedicating a lot of my resources to doing just that.
Okay.
You know, I don't want to focus completely on that, but I did kind of want to do like a animal companion thing.
Yeah. You said the word dedication, which is like a term that they use for kind of, in a way, it's kind of like multi-classing, sort of, along those lines.
I don't want all my feats to be like stuff that is just required for an animal companion.
What do you have to get animal companion?
So you either need to be a druid, obviously, or you need a feat called Nature's Soul, and then your character needs to be 4th level, and then you can pick a animal companion as if you were a druid of your character level -3. So I'm a level 1 druid animal companion. Yes. Which would not include a warg.
But would it include a puppy?
It would include a wolf, a dog. That's close enough. Badger, bird, camel, cat, dire, rat, dog, horse, pony, snake, wolf.
Another way.
And then, sorry, I don't get Beastmaster. If I wanted to get Beastmaster, it would have to be next level when I get a class feat.
Maybe.
No.
All you need to do is but you have to have you still have to be trained in nature.
No, I am not trained.
At level 4.
Level 3.
Well, maybe. Level 3, do you get a general feat? That's it?
Yep, just a general feat.
You get a skill increase.
And a skill increase at level 3.
No.
A skill
Oh, it's skill increase. Okay,
Yeah, the skill increase would allow you to train nature.
You could do nature then. And then for level 4, you could take the archetype Beastmaster.
That's true.
Yep, that'd be one way to do it.
Couple steps to get there and one more level, but
Yeah.
we will get
One more level because we're level 3.
Because we're level 3.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I honestly did not know if we can make it to level 3. It was this dungeon
I
was
try my best.
yeah.
So, will you as the DM even allow me to have Wargy as an animal companion? Remember
There
the
are fans. Who are the fans' favorite people in the whole podcast? Wargy and Mesmer. So I'm just saying.
Yeah.
You could use the wolf template.
Yeah, I was about to say, he's warg because he's a young warg. He wouldn't have full-fledged warg stats. Because they do like level up, right?
Well, you just have like the dog stats.
So yeah, he could like start as like dog, then wolf, then
Kill you in your sleep.
Dog is actually
They kill you in your sleep.
Dog and wolf they're like the same level of awesome.
they?
Yeah. Yeah, dog they're just different to
But
you guys.
yeah, so basically he could start as a young direwolf. Basically, I would give him wolf stats. He would just have a higher intelligence. Yeah. And then as you leveled up and he leveled up, he would quote unquote grow into big warg.
And though I am quite the rules, like I like to do rules as written. Thing to remember is every story is unique. Every table is unique. You can bend and flex those rules as long as it's not like
crazy.
stupid, if it's not like something that's overpowered or underpowered because it's not fair to the players, then you should have some room to make it a little bit different.
If you're a DM, you need to take notes about what just happened, because that is fantastic DM things. We've got flavor of a ward, but rules as written is a wolf.
The only difference
Well,
is it's got a little bit better intelligence.
There's also options to do like weak warg or normal warg. So you could just set him to maybe weak warg.
What is it? Creature two?
Yes.
Those are monster stats.
Yeah.
Yes.
There are different rules for animal companions.
That is true. I will say a normal warg has the same intelligence modifier as I do. And a +2 wisdom modifier.
So Wargy can give you advice,
Yeah,
Yes.
but you won't understand it because you don't speak goblin.
that's true.
But don't worry, Plame will translate for you.
Well, I think it could probably learn common.
Oh yeah, it can.
Yeah.
We'll teach it.
And then it'll teach you.
That's going to be crazy when the time that we're all sitting around and Wargy goes, "That's a bad idea."
Am I the only one who sees this? Come on, guys.
Shouldn't feel bad about Inara's intelligence until the ward can cook better than you. And then you're level 4. Yeah. Level 4. Then you're in trouble.
Did we talk about Inara cooking in the last?
We think we did talk about our
yeah.
cooking, about how you had forgot. Was that cooking?
About it.
It was either in some pre-show banter, or maybe it was in
I don't remember.
or fourth action. I don't remember, but yeah, like, hey, I kind of forgot about this, but
It was supposed to be like a flavor thing for her character, and I just forgot. She's been too drunk to be cooking anything.
Speaking of flavor, I feel like I missed an opportunity to use prestidigitation to flavor the food to make it taste better for everybody.
oh yeah.
done that.
Well, next time you'll know that she might need that. So.
I don't know. I started about it. I thought it tasted fine.
Yeah.
It was perfect to go.
Warvel's stew was better, and you know it.
Well, I mean, goblin stew's hard to beat.
Yeah. Whether there's goblin in it or not.
That's right.
Ooh.
That's exactly right.
For Boddy's level 3,
Yeah.
he's definitely going to take assurance for medicine so that now I can actually heal without risking killing the party.
That would be smart.
Heal.
I would also like to note there is a feat that everyone can take, robust health, and it is
What does that do?
Should be level 3 to get it. Your physiology responds well to first aid. You gain a circumstance bonus to the number of hit points you gain equal to your level from a successful attempt to treat your wounds or use battle medicine on you. After you or an ally use battle medicine on you, you become temporarily immune to that battle medicine for only 1 hour instead of 1 day. So like right now, I can use battle medicine on each of you once per day. But unless you have battle medicine, robust health, then I can use it on you once per hour.
so it's better, and he can do it multiple times a day on us. So I feel like we all need that feat at some point.
It would be great for Inara.
Well, that was one I was thinking about. There's also, I don't want to give it away, but there's also one that would quite literally let me have acid spit as a cantrip,
That's pretty fun.
which would be kind of cool.
We've all felt Inara's morning breath. This is not on the realm of possibility.
It's actually deadly at that point. So
And
Yeah, I believe the
punch, spit. Yes.
I really wanted to do that one. I didn't really feel like it was something that, I don't know.
the material component is she's got to knock back a fifth of tequila.
Right.
And it's just acid spit everywhere.
That's wild.
I thought it would be fun, but yeah.
Yeah, but those are both really, really interesting. It'll be interesting to see what you choose.
We have a few
It's called, what is it called?
Probably something barbarian, like something elemental, or something.
Because she's tied to the dragon.
So I'm assuming. I don't know.
So awesome. But what is her dragon again? She's tied to,
It is a copper dragon.
which I believe are common in Isgar.
Are they?
I believe so.
Wild.
I just picked it because it was the acidic type dragon.
Yeah.
Which fit with like the snake theme, and then copper. Her hair is copper. It's just where I got it.
And you as Emily probably had no clue about the flavor fluff.
I did not.
Isger.
No.
Type.
I do not know that much lore.
The universe, I love
Yeah. Sorry, I don't know that much lore about everything.
That's cool.
But
Sometimes it's even cooler.
Yeah.
That you don't know.
We have so much serendipity going on, like Plame singing the song about a beer, and then becoming a
blessed one
of Kate and Kaelin. Still blows my mind to this day. All these connections we have in the background for our backstories, we didn't talk about. We did not discuss them at all, and they're just happening to come together. And Stacy's weaving them together, and yeah, it's been great.
Yeah. Cal, you might have mentioned it before, but like having a healing aspect to Plame, that didn't really happen until we realized how bad Boddy was at it, right?
Rude.
That was part of it. I mean, really, the healing aspect was not because of, Jeremy's terrible rolls. So we went through just a metric ton of healing potions and we first level.
Yep.
And those are not cheap.
Nope.
Like
3 gold apiece.
3 gold apiece. And that was with, plain sweet talking.
And when we say 3 gold apiece, 6 gold apiece, in comparison to like Dungeons and Dragons,
Maybe like 30 or 60,
yes, 10 times. Like Pathfinder 2e gold is more precious.
I think through our first, with everything, through the whole first level and through the bounty, we got what, 20 gold?
Yep.
Yeah. Very.
Split 4 ways? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 5 gold.
Yep.
So all our first level was enough to buy 1 healing potion. So yeah, I felt we needed some. I could have gone the first aid route as well, but I wanted to go more the magic route, just to kind of counterbalance.
Yeah.
Speaking of healing, Fawin / Mesmer did something I did not expect in the last session. You cast a healing spell on Stagram.
Yes. Yes, she did. Didn't expect because of the magic or because of the target?
Oh, no. Oh, kind of both. But number one, the magic itself, I didn't know you had that ability. So that's another source of healing for us. That's awesome. Has that been there the whole time?
She took that at 2nd level.
2nd level. Okay.
Yeah. She took that at 2nd level. It's called Soothe.
Soothe. Yeah.
It's an occult spell. And I try to accentuate that it's almost like a psychological smoothing. Like it's not actually closing up wounds. It's just helping you with fatigue. You grace the target's mind, boosting their mental defenses and healing wounds.
It's crazy.
Yeah, and it's called Soothe. It's an occult spell. It's not a healing spell. It doesn't give me any access to the divine network or anything like that. And she totally took it because the same kind of reason that we needed some healing aspects to that. And honestly, I held it in reserve for so long because, one, I kind of wanted it to be a surprise.
Yeah,
But 2, Fawin was keeping it for herself. Like, she was totally keeping it for herself.
She could see. I thought you were going to say even 2. Brooke forgot about it.
No. It was there. And I mean, there were a couple of times in previous episodes that I almost used it and then didn't. And I'm kind of glad because it kept staggering in the fight a round or 2.
Yeah, he probably would have been dead without it.
Yeah.
So,
As if he had gone down and not taken out that skeletal horse. And did he take down the rider too?
No.
No.
Inara did.
Inara took down the rider. Yeah.
yes, split them open.
Inara just chonked him down. That's a very powerful healing spell. It's 1d10 plus 4.
Yeah.
And then, so is it a spell on your spell list? Is that how it works?
It's on the occult spell list, so she has access to it. Yeah.
So is it like a spell slot that you have?
Yep. It takes one of my daily spell slots. And of course, the witch has to prep their spells.
Yeah.
So
Spells.
if I don't put it on my list, then, it won't be there. She's going to get 2 2nd level spells at level 3. So that's super exciting. I have some ideas about things that will kind of be kind of flavorful style-wise. Like we know that telekinetic projectile is one of Fawin's favorite things.
Yeah.
So look for something at 2nd level that's similar to that.
Okay.
And we get a skill boost.
Yeah.
So she'll probably boost her Arcana, spell to train expert. Is that what's next?
Yeah, I think
So.
trained to expert.
Yep, trained expert, master, legendary. So
Yes.
she'll probably boost that. And I'm looking at a feat of quick identification, which means she can identify magic items and other things in 1 minute instead of 10.
Oh.
I feel like there might be a time whenever we're like, open the door, open the door, open the door, and we need to know something and not going to have 10 minutes to do it.
Okay, so we need.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
anyway, but
It's not coming up fast at all.
I know we're into the end, but Plame, anything you want to, like, you looking at a skill upgrade or a particular feat, maybe a couple that are jumped out at you?
I'm just looking at level 3 for the thief is just kind of so-so. I decided to take assurance in thievery. Just say those easy lockpick rolls. Pretty straightforward.
This will be 4 skills we have in our party that have assurance on them.
Thief, athletics, medicine, and
He also has an acrobatics. Right?
Acrobatics?
Athletics.
17 because of my thievery, so there would be a assured 17. So pretty
Wild. Noise. Now, do you get more? Does the rogue, the thief aspect, do you get more than 1 skill boost?
No,
Okay.
just one at level 3.
all right. Let's see what you guys do with it when we get back to the game.
Heck yeah.
All right. It's been so much fun having you guys out there, man. I just cannot tell you how exciting it is.
Yeah.
To look at those views, to see the download numbers just going through the roof. Like,
Yeah.
it's so amazing.
We are super appreciative of our listeners. You guys are making it. It's hard not to think about what it sounds like what our table sounds like to the listeners out there. Yeah. But I honestly forget once we start playing. I'm like, oh, dang.
I do.
Yeah, I try not to think about it. It's just playing.
Yeah. It's after I'm like, oh my gosh, we just did all that stuff. They're figured.
That's crazy.
Like, it feels so dorky sometimes to me. And oh my God, what did we just say? But then I listen to it and I'm like, oh, that was pretty funny.
Yep.
And then I hope you guys like it too.
And then there's Hal.
The number of things, this isn't really true, but I'm going to say it anyway. The number of things to put on the cutting room floor thing because of Hal, like, it's just, like,
Yes, it's Hal and totally not Stacy. It wasn't him at all.
Yeah.
the number of times that I have just laughed and laughed and laughed when I even know the joke's coming and I still, in listening to it, just crack. It's so great. We want to be the gaming experience that you guys can have while we're waiting until your next.
Yeah. So when you're going through with gaming withdrawals, and what, you're a part of our table now too. So
But having said all that, now it's time to roll for initiative.
Hopefully not, actually.
Let's go shopping.
some healing points first. All right, bye. See you, everybody. Okay, we are now recording. Wait, yeah, for the 4th actually. Okay.
I think it's time.
Pop music.
Yo.